This is VOA News. I'm David Byrd. North Korea has launched another round of projectiles into the sea off its east coast, the fifth such test in just over 2 weeks. South Korea's military said the launch came hours after U.S. President Donald Trump said he received another beautiful letter from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The president reiterated he isn't concerned about Pyongyang's short-range ballistic missile tests.
He's not happy with the testing. It's a very small testing that we did, but he wasn't happy with the testing. He put that in the letter. But he also sees a great future for North Korea.
South Korea's military says the projectiles were fired from near the Hamhung area in eastern North Korea. It is not clear how far the weapons traveled. North Korea has regularly launched short-range ballistic missiles into the sea the past 2 months. Pyongyang is angry about the resumption of joint U.S.-South Korean military exercises that began on Monday. The next round of trade talks between the United States and China might not happen. At least that's what President Donald Trump told reporters on Friday. Asked if he would cancel the talks scheduled to be held next month in Washington, Trump replied, maybe.
Right now, the talks are scheduled in September. Whether or not we're talking about China, whether or not they're canceled, we'll see.
Later, White House trade advisor Peter Navarro said the United States is still planning another round of talks next month. A number of economists warned that the trade war between the world's two biggest economic powers could hurt growth globally, in part due to disruption of supply chains and less efficient production. A down day on Wall Street with all three major indices closing in negative territory. For more, visit our website, voanews.com. This is VOA News. In the wake of last weekend's mass shootings, President Donald Trump says the political climate in Washington has shifted toward gun control measures. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani reports.
He's backed off past pledges to strengthen the nation's background check system, but now the president says it has to happen.
We need meaningful background checks so that sick people don't get guns.
And as he left the White House on vacation, said he has the clout to convince Republicans to go along. The president's also assuring the NRA its views will be heard and respected. CEO Wayne LaPierre this week rejected some gun control proposals under discussion. The president says they've talked.
I think in the end, Wayne and the NRA will either be there or maybe we'll be a little bit more neutral.
Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Walmart says it's removing violent game displays after last week's mass shootings. Rita Foley of AP reports.
Walmart says it's doing this out of respect. It's removing from all of its stores signs, displays, or videos that show violence. An internal memo to employees instructs them to turn off or unplug video game consoles that show violent games. Make sure TV screens in the electronics department don't show violent episodes. And turn off hunting season videos in the sporting goods department. Walmart says what has not changed is its policy on video games that show violence, nor has its policy on gun sales changed. I'm Rita Foley.
Demonstrators crowded the arrival hall at Hong Kong Airport on Friday in a bid to raise awareness among visitors ahead of weekend rallies. Reuters' Francesca Leiner reports.
About 1,000 protesters crowded the arrivals hall at Hong Kong Airport on Friday. They chanted for democracy and handed out these leaflets apologizing to visitors for the state of their city. The sit-in is expected to last all weekend. It came as Chief Executive Carrie Lam warned that the weeks of demonstrations could hit the financial hub, quote, like a tsunami.
So I am indeed very worried about the situation, and that's why I appeal for calmness and rationality to help us to overcome the situation.
Dozens of companies have warned of faltering earnings amid daily warnings this week from city officials that the protests were hurting residents' livelihoods and that Hong Kong could be headed for recession.
That's Francesca Leiner of Reuters. For more on these stories, be sure to log on to our website, voanews.com. You can also follow us on the VOA mobile app. I'm David Byrd, VOA News.